oh, is this forwards or backwards?
Forward.
A vote for forward, a second for forward,
Forward.
third for forward, all in favor of forward? All opposed? Any discussion? Tell me why it's forward.
Because there's no percent.
Good! I'm asking for the percentage. And I've given you a number, haven't I? 2 weeks past due. That correlates to a number on this axis, doesn't it? What it doesn't correlate to is an area yet. That's where we're going to go forward. So let's get this guy out of here. Okay, can I erase this? Is that okay if I take this down? The forward, backward flow chart? I should make that in the PowerPoint, maybe. All right, there we go. So, what color haven't we used yet? Red. Red. So 2 weeks past due is 14 days over 266. So that's 280, isn't it?
Yes.
Now look at that. Those are induced. Now, of course, you're going to argue correctly that 300 will be 300. Because if we induce it 280, they'll never get to 300. That doesn't mean that little tiny baby doesn't want to be in there 300. Right? At some genetic level, the pregnancy is set. And whether it's at the genetic level in the beginning of conception or whether it happens during, maybe the kid sits in there going, man, it's freaking awesome in here and I'm not leaving. At some point, the genetics combine to make a length of pregnancy. Some are going to be out here in 300, 301, 299, 298, whatever it is. The question is, how many are going to be that way? So I don't know. That's where we need to calculate with some precision. Okay? So, we got 280. What happens next?
Minus 266.
Why are we doing this? What are we doing? What are we doing? Yes, we need to get this curve out, standard normal in. That's the whole point. We've got to get standard normal in. Thank you, friends. Minus 266 over the standard deviation, which was 16. This is all in days. Days minus days over days. Units going to go away now. No more units. We're back to the standard normal unitless curve. Negative 14/16. What's that? Negative...
Why is it negative?
Why is it negative?
Because it's positive. Because it's positive. Because it's positive. Because I was going that way like a... Yeah. 7, 8, 88?
875. Yeah.
88 if I go to the near, just 7, 8. That's less than one standard deviation away.
Yes.
Right. So when I was doing this math back in the day, I said, holy crap. That's not unusual, is it? Right? This is not... Remember the definition of unusual? You get outside of 2 standard deviations. You're like, oh, these are the oddballs. That is well within usual. So now that we have the standard deviation, if I need some precision, what percent is this actually? I don't know. Let's go figure it out. That's the whole point. I gave you the normal, right? That's why I gave you the normal, so we can figure this stuff out.
So you would.
Here we go. Forward. Thank you, friends. Shading to the right. Left bound is 0.88. Looks like our curve.
Did you do between? Oh.
I didn't write, Marty, because technically speaking, there is a legitimate top end. It doesn't go on forever. I mean, I can't imagine a pregnancy lasting 700 days, right? So, but the standard, exactly, I was like, yeah, no. The standard normal curve goes on forever. That's why I just did it right. I said start at 0.88 and go out forever. So there's 266, there's 280, and forever.
19%.
19%. So when I got that number, I thought to myself, 19% is like 20%. I mean, ish. It's around 20%, right? 20% is 1 in 5. That means, by this definition of induction, 1 in 5 pregnancies will be induced. Does that seem a little bit high to you guys?
Yes.
Yeah. But it also soothed me a little bit, because then I realized, I'm like, okay, so many women around my neighborhood were induced because of this. But then I started talking to some of the mothers who were like, no, my doctor had a golf vacation planned. And she was scheduled in to get the baby delivered in the window that he had. I'm like, okay, well, that's not a biological thing, that's a golf thing.
Yeah, that's not right.
But still, 1 in 5 is high. And you guys had heard 2 weeks too, yes? I mean, you guys told me 2 weeks, that's also what I heard. So I don't know. I mean, that seems too high to me. To me, it seems like induction should happen if there's a biological threat. Obviously, we talked about that, right? Get him out, not enough room, gonna poop, get him out, get him in a diaper. I mentioned diaper twice today in this class, since I've got to be first. But the thing is, this seems so high that induction no longer seems like too much of an exception. It seems like almost like part of the rule now, right?
I think it is.
It always is part of the
It's
rule.
not supposed to be, but they're going that way.
Ah, okay, so it's not so much biological. We're actually shaping biology to some degree. Shaping biology by controlling the birth. Okay, thank you, Patty.
And
Good.
Julo will probably talk to you about that.
Probably gave my ass too. You're wrong! I didn't say I was sorry. So anyway, just some neat uses of the bell curve. I mean, it's all over the place. It's everywhere. It's absolutely dying. Ask me that question.
Unless you know the exact day conception occurred, they could be off by.
Yes, that is true, yes. If they're off by a week in either direction, you're losing even more. That's why it's all based on this. It goes back to what I said earlier when I almost got in the fist fight with the midwife. It's like, friend, I'm basing this off data that I've gotten from medical journals. It's only as good as that. That average, of course, is based on when they thought conception was, of course. Boom. 266 out from that. The variability is taken care of in the 16 days. But again, there's variability in the mean estimate. So, I guess the thing that really caught my attention, and I agree with that statement 100%, what caught my attention is the standard deviation, no matter which one you choose to use, is pretty wide, and so is 2 weeks. It's almost the same width. As soon as I saw 14 days and 16 days, I'm like, oh boy, there's going to be a lot of women getting induced. So I didn't need to run the numbers to figure that out, although we did. I like running the numbers to get an actual quantification of it. But I mean, goodness gracious, that's a lot. 1 in 5 is a lot, right? 1 in 5 seems to be a lot to me anyway. Yeah? Yeah. So, the only thing I have left to do, and you can take it with you if you want, I brought an in-class quiz. Class has less than 10 minutes left in it. So, we can do this. I'm going to give the quiz out if you want it. It's basically another forward and another backward problem. 5 points each. I'm going to give the quiz out and hang around here if you guys want to work on it right now.
Yes.
I'll also let you take it with you if you want to take off 10 minutes early, bring it with you back on Tuesday. That's fine too. Your choice. Your choice. So grab one of these if you want one. Who wants one? You guys want one of these? Oh, well, all you do. There you go. Grab one, hand it around. I'll stick around if you want to just work together. I can work with you, of course. Otherwise, you can take off, bring it back on Tuesday, and we'll see you then. Where we do the central limit theorem with the funny dice. It's going to be a good time. Good time. Have a good weekend, friends. Hi.